G'day gang, GameolioDan here, how you going? We're back in the Outer Worlds, and I'm just slowly crawling over here. I believe there's a place for modification around the corner. So I'll try and get there. I want to break down, I could break down some other weapons now, but I might just do it over here at the workbench. Do some modification, do some tinkering.
Where the magic happens? Well, science. But it still happens here.
Yep. Alright, so let's do a little bit of modification. Actually, no, let's break some things down first. I'm probably going to... Oh, I can't break down stuff that I've got equipped. Hang on a second, maybe I've got to take it off first. Just got to take it right off. I'm going to throw that on there. And, in fact, let me use my... Where's my mouse? Here we go. This might be a little bit easier. A little bit for reorganization. Get all reliable there at the end. Got the assault rifle there. What else have I got here? So I've got a shotgun. I might break that down. Plasma rifle. So this uses the energy ammunition. We got quite a bit of energy. We got a lot of light ammo as well. That's using heavy weapon ammunition. Sawn off shoddy. Maybe we'll try that out for close encounters. Okay, so back to the workbench. Let's see, I'll break some things down here. Break that down. I want to keep that plasma rifle. I'd like to try it out. And we'll keep one of the grenade launchers. Don't need two. I don't know if I need that anymore. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to come back to the workbench is I was hoping that you could actually break down and remove modifications if they were present. Now, I'm guessing it says barrel 2 and magazine 2. I figured that means it's got a mod on there, but I don't know if that's... I mean, this one does, right? It's high lit. Got extendo sight. I can install mods. Can I actually remove mods, though? Doesn't look like I can remove them. Unless I'm reading that wrong. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that then, I suppose. So let's see, what happens if I just break it down? Do I just get weapon parts? And a breakdown bonus? Right, okay. Well, I might get rid of the light pistol as well then. We'll do some repairs on all reliable. How much does it cost? -5, okay. Don't need to worry about that at the moment. So, if we want to tinker around, -54 to increase the damage. This all reliable is a fantastic weapon. I don't know, but should I really spend that much to upgrade the damage for now? I mean, I guess it's one of those things that if I don't do it, I'll finish the game and have never done it. Been saving all these bits up to, you know, increase damage. This always happens to me. I always hold back, and then the time comes, and then the game ends. Alright, so we can also modify our gear, but we probably should repair it as well. It's only -4. Pretty cheap actually to repair. So I got this right here. Increases block. We've got lockpick. Okay. Well, we might just upgrade this then. Give it a little tinkering. And I want to see if I can modify one of these weapons at least, just for the heck of it. I haven't got any heavy... Well, I haven't got any modifications for that. Oh, what was it called? Old Faithful, whatever it is. Yeah, I can only tinker with Old Reliable. There's no slots, okay. So I want to put something in there. Ranged weapon mod. Magazine increases the amount of ammunition the weapon's magazine carries. Magazine changes the weapon's damage type to plasma. Okay. Well, I'll throw one of these in. Okay. Alright. We've done some tinkering. Bypass shunt.
Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it. Okay.
Is it alright if I take that? Hopefully it's alright. Spacer's choice. It's this trouble ticket. Trouble ticket. Turn on engine. Try it again. Kick the ladder. The loader. Curse injured toes. I have to enter a minimum of 8 steps. Try it again. It makes a rattling sound. Dang it, Clancy, I just got you back on your feet 2 weeks ago. Not that you got feet, but you know what I mean. Sounds like his state is off axis again. We'll clean out and reset. This is Parvati's, all her notes. Look northwise. I said look northwise. Blasted, useless translator near scrap pile. Could be northeast from town. I guess observe mechanical. Clank him about. All menacing like. See it? It's right there. Troubleshooting. Wonder if any of these items we need to worry about at all. I guess we'll leave them. She might get back to work and she probably won't appreciate us moving her things around. We already took her bypass shunt. In fact, we probably should have looked around a little bit more. I'll do that when we get out of here. Going up? I think we are. No, we're not going up. We actually have to go down. It looked like it was up, didn't it? Hey guys, what's happening? That's all good. We'll go back down again. Going back down, Parvati. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me these things? You look away. Okay, so we must have to just walk up some steps or something. It's just above. No, not over there, on the other side. Aha! Alright. Now, any indication as to where the final one is? Symptoms of infection have now reached a critical mass. I have instructed our staff to transform the old domicile into a sick house. Plague is a reality of life on the frontier, and as spaces we are expected to face up to reality. And the reality is that we do not carry enough medicine to treat all of you. Medical treatment is a privilege, not a right. We must strive every day to demonstrate our worthiness of that privilege. If you find yourself suffering the symptoms of incipient plague, the best thing you can do for yourself and for your family is to don your jumpers and come to work. Work fortifies the spirit. Physical illness recapitulates spiritual weakness. Okay. So we don't really have any indication as to where we might find this final...
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Graveside fees I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
That's kind of you, I guess.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
You said the guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
I thought you said you were his closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines.
What?
Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
You can't be serious.
I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
He was a person, not an asset.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
I'll let you get back to work. The hell? Just because you're close to him? I don't know. I don't know about this town. Alright, let's go. Yeah, so I don't know whether we should bother looking for the other one. I'll just go give him these 2 volumes. We could be looking for a long time. It could be at some obscure place. Unless he's good enough, of course, to tell us exactly where it is. Or give us some indication. That'd be nice. Lost and found. Found. 1 left hand, severed at the wrist, some bone damage. People, this is our 2nd unscheduled amputation in as many months. Please exercise caution and safety around machinery. Maintenance fees will be deducted from your pay. Good times. Loose lips, pink slips. Wouldn't it be funny if I just wander around and like, it's in here? It's just laying on the ground. Some random spot. Kind of feel like I need to search the area now. What's this? Pick up power regulator. Oh, maybe this will come into play later on. We better not touch it, just in case. One of those things that will do. That's have dire consequences. All right, so let's have a look here. Got a map. Guess we'll fast travel back to the plant. Actually, back to the labs. Get back to the lab. Have a chat to the 2 people that we completed quests for. Grace?
What is it?
I talked Zoe into coming back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Something about wanting to be an outlaw. I'd rather not get into it.
You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
I'll leave you be. Or will I?
I don't know what you...
Okay, fine. There is something you can do for me.
What is it?
Okay, fine. She said let me know if I can do so. I mean, she doesn't want to chat. She doesn't want to talk.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
Correct. Alright, let's have a look here at our journal. Friday Engineer, Thomas Kemp. Where's Kempy? Kempy was over here somewhere, wasn't he? The Kempinator.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Today's your lucky day, Thomas. I've got one of those data pads you wanted.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Well, part 1. Found it in the community center archives.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Hold on. I've got more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Part 2. Found it in the cannery.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
I'll let you know if I find any others.
Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands.
Okay. Well, if we find it, I'll hand them over. Right, Pavati? What if you have any?
Something.
You got nothing to tell me. Curious. Alright, so. We did start working on a grave matter, but we'll leave that. Hang on a second. Thomas said that he knows that at least one is in the... Yep. And that another used to be in the town of Edgewater, yes. Anything else that's going to help us here? Pavati mentioned a father reading a volume of A Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering when he was working shifts at the cannery. I think that's the one we got, though. So, you enter the geothermal plant without first speaking to Adelaide. If you divert power to Edgewater without giving her a fair warning, she's going to be upset. You've learned that there are power regulators in both the Edgewater cannery and a botanical lab elsewhere in the region. Go have a chat to Adelaide real quick, see if anything's updated there.
Anything else I can do for you?
When we first talked, you assumed I'd come to live here.
I am getting old, you know. These 2 lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
I don't imagine you get a lot of visitors.
My dear, we are all visitors in a momentary universe. Our lives flicker in and out like the guttering of a flame. Here now, then gone. Me and mine are just carrying on as best we can, trying to live our lives in a way that does not feel wasted.
Not a bad way to go about your life.
More of the colony felt the way you did. We'd have ourselves a proper revolution. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
You could always continue your way of life back in town.
Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden. This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that.
You and Reed obviously have some sort of history.
That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me.
Oh, there's obviously more to it than that.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left.
I'm guessing Reed has his own.
Story as you need to hear.
I'm guessing Reed has his own side of the story.
I could not possibly care less if he does, but you're surely welcome to ask him.
Okay, so maybe we should go back and I should sort these two out. I wonder if we can do that. Actually, this doesn't seem obvious. It's like, if I didn't chat, I could have just gone to the, and pulled the power, right? And diverted it. Didn't have to go and have that chat with her. I'd be none the wiser. Okay. Let's find that guy. Where are you, Reed? I feel like I need to walk around this town for about an hour to get properly acquainted with it. Actually, before we go there, I want to go and just have a look around her place here. See if I can find anything.
If you're hungry, I could open up a can of something.
It's alright, I don't want to steal all your stuff. I'll take your heavy ammo though. And your weapon. But I mean, you're gonna benefit from this too, you know. I'll leave all your food though. I don't want to stack up.
My dad's... It's an office. Just my office.
Open last search. Oh, here we go. Searching, one record found. I sat up last night reading through Young Space's guide. Almost started reading it out loud from habit. It's been 10 years, but I still have parts of it memorized. Reckon I'll take the next volume into work at the cannery. There's an unused office where I've been taking my lunches. May as well read the whole thing again. Right, or maybe that's it. Maybe that's the one. Hopefully it's not referring to the one that we've already picked up. That's actually a different one. Let's see, did anything update? Last search. Indumati left Edgewater today. She's been reassigned to Terra 1. I kissed her goodbye at the platform and asked if I'd ever see her again. We both knew the answer was no. Look up and think of me as I'll look up and think of you. Robert, they wouldn't let me keep her, but I know you will raise her with love. Perhaps more than I would make time for. You are patient and present in a way that I am not. The company says she has no name until you give her one. Her name is Parvati. They tell me her birthday will be set on the date she's legally delivered to you. She's actually born on July 7. Make her feel special when I can't. She liked it when I sang to her. It was the only time she stopped crying. Ah.
Where are we headed?
Oh, maybe she knows all about that already.
Oh, you like flowers? I can't find many kinds around here. I don't like coming out here. People on the streets.
Corporation service. So just junk items.
If you need to go, I'll wait outside.
Avati. Guess I'll just take it. You never know, it might come in handy. No. So the cannery. Yeah, I just wonder if he was referring to Said offices. Yeah, we looked in the... We were already there. We went up top, right? That must be referring to the same one we already picked up. You get that information and you're like, well... It might be, it might not be. You found a mention on Pavati's father's old terminal that said into the cannery, and you left it in an unused office. That doesn't look like an office to me. I think we'll just go back up top. I'll have a look around. It's got to be around here somewhere. Let's have a closer look. A lot of things there which we can't take. Space's Choices handguns, body counts at a discount. Hack. What happens if I try to hack it and I fail? Oh, well, we hacked it. Personal files. Theodore buried last night. Reed asked me not to report his death in our quarterlies. Sounds fair to me. Was asked to prepare a statement or something for the other workers. Been thinking about it. Don't know what to tell him. Don't end up like Theodore. Do your work, show up, wear a smile, and you'll get your medical privileges. Is it? It's a start? Phyllis, owing to your hard work and positive attitude, I have sanctioned your access to medical treatment in the event of contagion. As you know, the company has not provided us with enough medicine to treat every worker. I wish I could treat every member of the Space's Choice family who fell ill to this plague, but I cannot. Medical privileges are strictly merit-based. Please do not, under any circumstance, distribute your ration of medication to any other worker. We're all in this together. Yeah, I mean, this is the only other office. As we enter. Where else could it be? Unless it's up top, but I don't think they'd let him go up top.
I don't have time for this.
Oh, well, let's have a look. Maybe it is. We need to talk to Reed anyway. That's why we came back. Requires Reed's key to unlock.
If you could see your way to getting us our power back, I'd appreciate it.
I want to talk to you about something.
Go ahead.
You seem pretty fixed on bringing Adelaide back to town.
Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible.
Don't you people eat anything other than salt tuna?
Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with Saltuna galore. No other brand of Saltuna adds as much vim or vigor to the body's humors. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, Saltuna is hard to come by, what with being a species indigenous to the seas of another world.
Hang on, so what are you canning here exactly?
Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the surrounding environs. Mostly organic, mostly local mushrooms. some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of salt tuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect to any but the prissiest of palate.
Okay. Let me ask you something else.
Go ahead.
We need to have a word about this plague.
Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
You withhold medicine from your own workers.
If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose.
You let Adelaide's son die.
Adelaide's son was barely competent. I treat him with our medical rations, and it looks like I'm playing favorites. Now, I will not pretend to understand the suffering Adelaide must have felt on account of losing her child, but she is not the only one to have felt such suffering. I wish she had stayed with us. Adelaide left us when we needed her most.
How long has this plague been happening?
That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent.
You should have developed an immunity after repeated exposure to a single strain of contagion. Can I do that?
Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude, and it is one we will see through to the end.
Okay. Right, so, well, we had a good look around. I can't figure it out. Don't know if there's another area, but it's not like it's showing up. Did say the cannery. We're in the cannery. I had a look around. I only ever saw that one other place that represented a office, and it definitely wasn't in there. I mean, it may have been that one that we picked up before, and that's it. It's just strange that we'd have another reference to it, though. Saltuna. Unless there are some offices nearby that aren't part of the place. External. The general store. The barber shop. Dead or alive. A writ of execution effective immediately for Guillaume Antrim, former Spacer's Choice Associate Mechanic, terminated from his position and escorted from Edgewater on grounds of unauthorized use of Adrena time, wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, theft, and unauthorized use of medical supplies. Generous bounty. Payment on delivery. Must be able to sign your own name.
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
At least you got your health.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
All right, Constable.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
I found this cache of medicine. I thought I should return it to you.
Anthracillin, huh? That's an anti-Cleo product. I appreciate your vigilance on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I'll make sure this medicine goes to where it's most needed.
Which is where exactly?
Sealed, packaged, and delivered to a Spacer's Choice storage facility. Standard procedure for contraband, you see.
Contraband? I'm bringing you medicine. You people need this.
medical treatment by Anti-Cleo's products is strictly prohibited under Spacer's Choice Company policy. I distribute this medicine to our workers, and we're all complicit in a crime.
Whatever. Just pay me what I'm owed.
You are, of course, entitled to a reward for assisting in the apprehension of any contraband. Your compensation and your receipt. Spacer's Choice wishes you a productive shift. Something to report?
You need help with your marauder problem. I'm for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Okay. Any idea where I might be able to find these people? It's not like I've taken them out already, is it?
Something to report? As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Does the name Phineas Wells mean anything to you?
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
He kidnapped me, unfroze my body, and shot me into space. Then I landed here.
Mm-hmm. Shot you into space? You know, lying to a Spacer's Choice constable is a violation of company policy and punishable by a fine.
It's a good thing I don't belong to the Spacer's Choice family.
It is for Spacer's Choice. Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. I enforce the company policy of Spacer's Choice in the region of Emerald Vale. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to submit that information to your nearest board authority.
I think we'll leave that alone.
Wish we had some better rations.
I know how you feel.
Well, from here... Let's see. Fistful of digits. They are around, and we have... So what do we got here? We got 1, 2, we got 3. Okay. It's actually not too far away at all. Maybe we'll do that, just that. From the... There you go, from the landing site.